touch the sky. In the city of angels, feels like I'm coming home. With my head up in the clouds, I am searching for something, and I'm still hoping. 'Cause I wanna be in, not out, wanna make this all count. Yes, I wanna go crazy now, gonna make this all count. Feeling like a rock star, 'cause tonight I'm getting out of line and it's alright. Feeling like feeling like just as cool as John Wayne in his movies. Feeling like I'm James Dean and I know it. Feeling like feeling like a rock star. Feeling like a rock star. Feeling like a rock star. Feeling like a rock star.
But it's not that easy. You're complicating things for me. No, it's not that easy. Maybe just a little time can heal me, but it doesn't feel the way. What are you doing to me? Why'd you break my heart? Left me in the dark, dark. Why'd you have to go? I don't wanna feel this way. I'm still breathing, it's not easy. I'm just a fool for you. just that stupid. Maybe just a little time can make you change your mind about us. I thought that we were meant to be. Why'd you break my heart? Left me in the dark, dark. Why'd you have to go? I don't wanna feel this way. Though I'm broken, I'm still hoping I could be with you. I'm still breathing, it's not easy. I'm just a fool for you. I'm just a fool for you. I'm just a fool for you. For you. For
What's up, y'all? Welcome to Tuesday Night Studio Sessions. My name is Sean. I'll be your host. Hope you're having a good night. I'm having a good night, but my voice is gone still. So I feel great, but I'm going to be drinking a lot tonight just to get through, an hour and a half of a show for you guys. But big things happened on the channel over the last couple weeks. We got the DJI Mini 3 Pro. That was my birthday present to myself. And randomly, I had tried to get a DJI Inspire 2 a while back. And I had offered to trade, my 2 Blackmagic cameras and a couple lenses that to me were about a $3,000 value in their used state. And he wanted $2,400 for his Inspire. And he put on there he was willing to trade for video equipment. So I was like, I know I've got something around here he wants. I tried to trade the Canon C300 for it, the C200, but he thought that was too big of a camera for him, and so yeah. And then he ended up going to film something in another state and was gone for about a week, and then out of the blue. He told me that, back up a little bit. He told me that a guy offered him cash for it. So, I can't compare to cash. You can do anything you want to with cash. And so I thought it was kind of a done deal, and I didn't think another thing of it. And then last week, might have been last week or 2 weeks ago. It was probably last week. Just out of nowhere, he was like, "Hey, I've been thinking about the deal that we made. I want to go ahead and pull the trigger on it." And I was like, "Let's do it." So I had, I was working from home. Like, I got everything ready, got in the car, had a meeting on the way to his house, which it wasn't a meeting that I had to present or anything. It was like a meeting that I was listening. All I had to do was really listen to what was going on. And I commented a couple times in the meeting. But long story short, we met at this place in Hendersonville that was beautiful. It's kind of it's an airfield that you would fly your RC, anything RC that flies. I think it was set up for airplanes a long time ago, but now everybody flies drones there. But so 2 things. I got the DJI Inspire 2 from that guy. He checked out my cameras. I was like, I want to see this thing get off the ground. If I'm going to swap out all of my stuff for it, I want to make sure it can fly and get a GPS signal and all that kind of stuff. So got it up off the ground. What's up, Charles? And yeah, he let me fly it. And then since we were just hanging out talking about drone stuff, I pulled out my Mini 3 Pro and I flew it around. And it was so funny, like, picking up the Inspire 2, putting on a blade that is bigger than the Mavic 3 Pro, the whole drone, from corner to corner on the Mini 3 Pro, the blade on the Inspire 2 was bigger than that. But he had some fun flying that around. And so, yeah. So now I have a DJI Inspire 2. It's pretty much the base model of an Inspire 2. What I love about the package that I got from him, he bought it from Black Hawk something. And I don't know if it's the same Black Hawk that comes in here and hangs out, but the Inspire 2 it's got tape all over it that has like numbers, and this is battery A and BB and CC, or no, I think I got HH. So like this was a originally a drone that was used to film something. But it's the base level because it has the base level camera on it. It doesn't have. I noticed on Ken Heron's drone when I was hanging out with him that he had a module that went underneath his, and went between his camera, his gimbal, and the drone itself, and it looked like it took an SSD like right by the gimbal. Now my drone has a place for a DJI SSD, but it's up in the back of the drone, so I'm not quite sure exactly where it falls in, when the drones came out. But hopefully, with firmware, everything is pretty much up to date. I've flown both times that I've flown it has been on very windy days, and so when I see the video, it's kind of crooked. So I don't know if that crooked has to do with the wind or if I need to go in and calibrate everything. But around 7 o'clock, I want to show some videos of that. And then something else we're going to talk about is this guy. So I got the remote. What's it called? I lost the box. It's DJI Motion 2, I think it's what it's called, or Motion RC2 or something like that. So I got this. I've charged it up and I've activated it, but I haven't really used it totally yet. Yeah, Jim, it had RC on the box. I can't remember. It's going to bug me. There it is. It is the RC Motion 2. This is what's on the box. Put that right there. Ooh, little 3 dimensions. Actually, I should put it right there. I'm just saying what's on the box, man. I know what people are calling it, but what's on the box is the RC Motion 2. Jim, them's fighting words. I'm just kidding. So did I talk about everything? I got the Mini 3 Pro and the RC Motion 2. And the DJI Inspire 2. Oh, and I got this guy. Let's see if y'all can tell me what this is. I went to a wedding last Friday. And if you're friends with me on Facebook, you've seen the videos. But I got this guy. So this is the Insta360 Flow. If you're wondering how big it is inside of someone's hand, that's how big it is. It can get a little bit longer if you want. And then what else could I do? Oh, it can get even longer. That's what she said. So that's about as far as that goes. And then these feet come out. Got a little tripod with tripod action. You can shove all that in there. Then this part gets big and long. And then this part bends. This is hard to do on my zoomed in camera. So turns on automatically when you unfold it, which is pretty sweet. That's it. This little part comes off. So I didn't know that I was going to like it as much as anything else that I've had, because a gimbal's a gimbal, y'all. But that gimbal was super good. Like, it was super intuitive. Like, I didn't even have to download a new app because it works in the Insta360 app. And it's got, the thing I love about it is it has a focus wheel on it that is really, really, I mean, it's like a focus wheel on like a cinema camera. It's nice and tight and turns like buttery smooth. And since I have the Insta360, since I have the iPhone 14 Pro Max Pro, it has 3 different cameras on it. So when I turn that zoom wheel, it goes from the wide angle all the way to the tight shot. So it's pretty sweet. I'm loving it. But we've got a plethora of people in here, so I want to go back through and do roll call. I'm going to do it on YouTube. So Brent Newman was in here first, talking about getting me some coffee. Let's see. Sorry, I need to do something real quick. Dead air, dead air. Ooh, we got some dead air because Sean hit a squirrel. All right. There. All right. Now we're back to normal. So let's go back and do that again. And my sinuses are still there, so you're going to hear some goop in my face. So One Vision Aerial's in the house. Brent Aerials decided that his wife was more important than me, so he's going to have good dinner with his wife, but he was in here for a little while. Steven Drones is in the house. He always says, fly for fun, fly VLOS, and don't fly over people. Hey, guys. I have one caveat to that. You can fly over people if you have their consent, and you can fly over people as long as you don't hover over them and spy on them and stuff. USA Drone Flyer, Captain Joe is in the house. Welcome to the chat. Dewey's in the house. What's up, Dewey? Whenever I say Dewey, it makes me feel like you're French, but you're like Irish, right? Anyway, I want to say Dewey. Dewey, wee, wee. I'm not making fun of you. I'm just, when I see that, that's how I say we. Jim's Droning's in the house. Who else we got? Charles Gillespie's in the house. Dewey, I need to make you a moderator. John Carroll's in the house. What's up? He said I snuck in early, but I really start at the same time every night, every week. Bob Casey's in the house. What's up, Bob? Hey, I need to talk to you. I feel like I want to have a drone meetup in Hendersonville, Tennessee. So I want to talk to you about doing that because I think it's maybe only a couple hours from you, and it's about an hour from me, but it's on the lake, and I found a really great place to fly, and it's at a park, so we can check out like the pavilion and all that kind of stuff. So thinking about making that happen. Mark White's in the house. What's up, Mark? Welcome to the chat. Oh, it moved, so I lost my place. Yellow Rose is in the house. What's up, Lee? Taco Tuesday. It was Pizza Tuesday for me, but it's always Sean Tuesday. That was creepy. I think Novice Quads is here, lurking, just lurking though. He's not going to chat with us. He's going to sit back and just kind of watch me. Just kidding. That's weird. I'm in a weird mood, y'all. It must be. I don't know what's in my coffee. But I was on whose show was I on last night? Not as a guest, but I was hanging out in the chat. Al Duran, I was on his channel, watching his show, and I thought his show was really, really cool. He went to, he picked some random people in the chat and then went to their channels, and then we all watched a video from their channel, and I thought that was pretty cool. I like to keep things in the club, just because I have a little bit more control over that. But I thought that was a really cool, just kind of random. Not random, but just kind of a cool way of showing people community videos and stuff like that. So yeah. So we have some video from. I've got lots of videos on my hard drive, so I can show you some videos. I'd also like to show you some videos from the club. And Steven Drones mentioned. So I'm going to put this up. So we are nacho-less again. This week, Brent and I had a long conversation with Nacho. And he's got the Mini 3 Pro with the Integra goggles and the RC Motion 2. And, he was sharing some videos with me and Brent, which I might show some videos. I might want to I really want to get Nacho back in here. But Nacho had a problem. I don't know if any of you guys know about this. So Nacho purchased his Mini 3 Pro last year. So like right when it came out, he got the Mini 3 Pro. And then this year he purchased and he got the same package that I did, pretty much. Pretty much exactly what I got. He got the Mini 3 Pro with the RC, which is the one with the screen on it. And then he got the Fly More Plus package. So he got like two 45-minute batteries. And then and the bag, the bags we always get. And then this year, he bought the motion controller and the goggles. But what he did a year ago is he bought the DJI Refresh. He's got flyway coverage on it. And that was activated on his Mini 3 Pro with a different phone number than he has now. So now he bought like the motion, like the goggles and the motion controller, and so he activated those, I guess, under a different phone number. I don't feel like I ever used my phone number when I activated anything, but I've never had to cash in on my DJI Refresh either. So what his thinking is, if he so then there's an error on his goggles, I believe, that said that he could only use it 5 more times before binding. and so anyway, he has an issue right now where he's trying to figure out how to. And I was really trying to figure out what his problem was, because he was afraid he was going to lose his insurance on his drone because he didn't want to bind it to something else. And I told him that I think that binding it with a valid DJI controller is not going to void his insurance. The flight records in his goggles should be good enough to, let you know what, how to, like, if something goes wrong, there's flight records in your goggles and there's flight records on your RC. So that's the information they need to validate your insurance, stuff like that. So I was hoping we'd be able to get through that tonight. Yeah, DB said I got a few subs from last night. I did, and that was wonderful. And I think we just need to all go around and sub to each other. I thought like what Outer M did last night was really awesome, because like we went to my channel, and even though like it showed that I had 7,000 subscribers, they still put my link in the chat and said everybody go subscribe to that channel. And I thought that was cool. I subscribed to a bunch of people last night. So that is cold water. I just got a throat freeze. So let's get through what you guys are saying. Y'all are saying some good things. John Carroll says the bag you throw away. I actually use my bags. I really do. I really like them. I've got a lot of them though. Most of the time I sell them with the drone. For my small drones, I don't really get like Pelican cases or anything like that. I used to be like an Amazon reviewer, and people would send me cases and I would switch over to those cases. But for now, I usually put my drone in the bag, the Fly More bag, and then put that bag in a bigger bag. So John said you use your DJI account, which is the email address. Yep. And then you go to the app to bind. Yep. And then John said, easy fix, just call support. And the thing is, like, he's trying to call support. But I mean, he hasn't wrecked his drone. It hasn't flown away. He doesn't really need the insurance. Like, he doesn't need to put a claim in right now. He's just scared that he's going to lose it. Like, binding it to a different controller is going to mess up with something. So Jim said he uses a bunch of different controllers. Jim, do you so Nacho's issue is I think he purchased the refresh under a different phone number, and now I don't know. It has something to do with his account information is what he's worried about. But and then Jim said connection guys. These are all good suggestions. Bob said he's never had to use DJI Assistant. Hope he never has to. I agree. Bob said, just in case you forgot, hit the thumbs up. I appreciate that, Bob. Everybody's keeping everybody honest. Hey, I feel like my hair's messed up, but there's a mountain behind my hair right now. You see that? Like an island. Looks like the island where Odin passed away in one of the movies. Bob says he uses them all. Yeah, so okay, so that's the other thing I wanted to say. So some videos that I have planned for my channel is now I have the remote, the RC Motion 2. And I'm going to do a video with that on the Mini 3 Pro and the DJI Avata. The other thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to compare flying the DJI Avata with the RC Motion 2 in the goggles, and then fly the Mini 3 Pro with the RC Motion 2 and the goggles, and then have a comparison video of what's the difference. Like if you're going to buy one drone, but you want GPS capabilities and FPV capabilities, which one should you get, the Avata or the Mini 3 Pro? If video quality is more of your concern, then I would go with the Mini 3 Pro. If flying through small holes and proximity and you're planning on accidentally bumping into something, like taking a bigger risk, I would think the Avata is the better drone. But I'm gonna play with all those different things, and so that's a video that I'm planning on doing. And then I want to do some videos with the Inspire 2. That will probably be mounting videos, or just at least put all of the normal Inspire 2 videos up on my channel. This is what the drone looks like. I actually have an Inspire 1 and an Inspire 2, so I can do a comparison video between the Inspire 1 and the Inspire 2. So anyway, those are the plans. And then I want to show you guys the Insta360 Flow. I think it's awesome. I've tracked with gimbals before, little mobile gimbals, but the Insta360 Flow is built differently. And I think it really, I think a lot of thought and engineering went into building that. And I don't think anybody's talking about it because they don't really understand that aspect of it. So, all the videos I've seen are just the normal reviewers that get a list of things to talk about. They talk about them, and then they don't ever do any other videos on those products. So we're going to get into those products a little bit, and I'm going to show you guys how to use them. And I think if you don't have a mobile gimbal, I don't know why I'm like playing with my beard tonight. I feel like Santa. But if you're not used to, or if you don't have that in your kit, I think the Insta360 Flow is a no-brainer. There are so many things about it that were awesome, because I walked around that wedding with it in my pocket, even though it was a big old bulge in my pocket. There's a big bulge in my pants, but I was able to keep that thing in my pocket, had my phone in my other pocket. And then when the reception happened, I got them out, and it was a Latino wedding. So the bride was Latina, and then the groom was not. So it was one of those weddings where they did they'd say something in English and then they'd say something in Spanish, and they'd go back and forth. But they had authentic Mexican food. They had a bar with mojitos, and everybody was getting lit, and the party was crazy. All right, I'm trying to read through y'all's comments. So Dewey's saying having a lot of anti-mode issues, the Air 2S at the moment. Anyone else? So when you say anti-mode, are you talking about ATTI mode, ATTI, where your GPS signal, it loses GPS signal, and all of a sudden you have to fly it manually? I hate it when that happens. One thing I'd ask, if you have anything on your drone, like a light, or some people will yeah, a lot of people Velcro lights, or they'll put a GoPro on it, and I have like an Insta360 sphere that goes on my Air 2S. Sometimes you can be covering up the GPS unit on the top of the drone. I've had that problem before going into ADI mode. And I missed this one earlier. Break out the comb brush. Shawnide Studios is worried about his hair. Oh no, the world has come to an end. Nice. So Jim said it's fun. I'm really excited to do it. I went out to this afternoon. I got all my work done by 2, and I was like, I'm gonna go out and make a little video for you guys with my first time doing it. And as soon as I got out, I felt a drop on my arm, and I looked over, and there was a rain cloud. And it was the kind of rain cloud that you could see the rain coming out of it. It had like ribbons coming out of it. And I was like, crap, it's going to rain. So I decided not to. And I went to the store, and I came back, and it never ended up raining. So I do not need Brill cream. A little dab will do me. I do use this stuff called fiber, and it's actually stuff that like thickens my hair. So I'm getting lost in y'all's comments. I tried to dye my beard once, and it didn't work, so I do not have dye on my beard. And there are like 6 different colors in my beard. There's gray, there's brown, there's red, there's yet blonde. Like, there's all kinds of colors in my beard, so I don't even know how I would do that. So Bob Casey says, I can't wait. I was going to get the Mini 3 Pro. I have the money, but it's not burning a hole in my pocket. Waiting on the Air 3 now. Yeah, the Air 3 is about to come out. We should look to see if there's any like leaked pictures. I don't know that I've seen any. I did watch 51 Drones video. And the speculation was last night that 51 Drones made that video because he already has it in his hands. Dustin liked my bulge comment. Okay, so Dewey was talking about ADI. You might have a faulty GPS unit. What that was. I had one drone. I don't remember which drone it was, but my GPS unit died in it. What drone was that? And it was stupid. It had a battery in it. It might have been my original Unique Typhoon H. The GPS, I'm pretty sure it was that drone. It had a little, like a hearing aid battery, like a watch battery, in the GPS unit, and I was like, why did they just power that thing? I thought that was stupid. I don't know that they would have made that mistake in the Air 2S, but usually when the ADI mode comes up, there's a GPS problem. I saw where a guy did a video and he was talking about the ADI mode, and he demonstrated it at a bridge. So he'd fly out into this, it was like a dried up creek, and he'd fly over there and he'd have all this GPS signal. His drone would hover in place, and then he flew it under the bridge, which was like a concrete bridge. So the drone had no GPS signal at all, and all of a sudden it started like drifting. So But if you go into Addy mode, you know, as long as you're driving the sticks, you'll be fine. It's just that hover is not precise anymore, is what I've found. It's still going to hold its altitude, and it's still going to try not to move, but it'll just say fly with caution because your drone's not perfect anymore. You know what I mean? Bob's eating strawberry shortcake. Nice. Yeah, Charles, that's the suggestion I had to him, or I gave to him. I was like, surely you can go in and update your contact information. I don't think like it'd be a silly insurance policy if you were stuck with an old phone number you didn't have anymore. Mark said, "Stop making me hungry. It's 1:10 in the morning." Mark, where are you from? Are you from Ireland as well? I don't think I knew that you were from somewhere else. Mark said he shaved his beard off today so it can grow again. Nice. So Bob's asked me to play Joe's latest upload. So I'm going to play it. Oh, I've already watched it. Let's see. All right, we're going to get through this. I turned the audio off because I don't know what's going on. First ever acro flight. I'm going to start over because
Good morning. Monday, May 23rd, 2022. Maybe I try to rip full manual for the first time. I've been doing well in the simulator. I just don't know how well that transfers over to real life. Just on my way home, I'm gonna put the bird up, and I'm just gonna go. I'm nervous as shit, but I'm gonna give it a rip. Here we go. Let me see that one there. Okay, manual mode is on. Holy mother. Okay, that is certainly a different feeling. Oh, wow. Low and slow cruise here, get the feel for it. Oh, wow, that thing goes up so fast. I'm going 32 miles an hour up. Holy shit. Wow.
All right, well, that was awesome flight. So where are you at? I just saw you. So Joe said, thanks everybody. Thanks y'all. I missed my own premiere, had a plumbing dilemma in the house. I hope everything's dry now in your house. But so that was only 1 year you got that good. That's pretty impressive. I tried for a little while, and then when the Avata came out, I decided I didn't have to do that anymore in order to get close to things. And because the DJI FPV drone that you're flying still has like weed whackers, like 4 weed whackers on the side of it that could cut you and hurt you and shatter and all that kind of stuff. But the Avata, you can like fly it into yourself and not hurt yourself. So that is why I did not go on that same journey. I really did give it a good 3 months, but at that same time I was working a lot, so I didn't have much time. But Joe, that video gives us all hope that we too can do it. And I thought it was pretty funny that it looked like there's like 3 of your crashes were in April at the South Florida drone meetup. When I showed up to the South Florida drone meetup, and I saw, for one, I felt the wind, but I also saw all these drones up in the sky at the same time, and it kind of freaked me out. I'm not going to be honest, and I'm planning on going to Minefield this year, and it might do the same thing for me then, just because I'm very, very cautious, and sometimes I don't take the risks that I need to. But gives us inspiration, Joe, that we because that first video or the first scene in your video where you're flying it for the first time, you could tell that you were anxious and nervous and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, big props to you for taking us on that journey and improving yourself. One of the things I like to say all the time on this channel is try to be better today than you were yesterday. So your video is testimony to, just going out and pushing yourself and just trying to do something a little different. First of all, you like first part of your video, you were like, up in the air, where you've got plenty of time to recover. And then by the end of the video, you're like hitting gaps and driving like, 6 feet above the concrete with a drone that can go 80 miles an hour. That is impressive. Very impressive. Good job, Joe. And I think we met when we were down in South Florida. You look familiar, but I met so many people that day. But yeah, everybody go out and check Joe's channel out and subscribe and like all of his stuff. Someone said last night that whenever you subscribe to someone, you need to watch a couple of videos so it like sticks. That might be why I'm losing some subscribers, just because there was a time when we needed 1,000 subscribers to get monetized. And so like, I just went out and subscribed to everybody and they subscribed to me, but I don't think I'm subscribed to them anymore because I did that. So anyway, so let's see. Everybody's saying out. Awesome. I'll get to see Sean again. Bob, I think we need to have a drone meetup in like kind of between us, but I don't know anybody around here that flies. So getting the first one up and running. So Joe said he had 3 of those 4 wrecks were in 2 days. Everybody, like, I think when you're around other people, like, you kind of want to show off a little bit. And yeah, chasing that plane, like, to me, all those things just kind of give me anxiety. So I think we did meet in Florida. I'm pretty sure we did. All of those conversations blurred together, and the ones that I didn't get on video, like there was the time when I was walking around with the Insta360 camera, and those conversations I've watched a couple times because, you know, I edited my South Florida drone meetup video, and there were people that I knew before going there, and then there are other people that I met there. I had such a great time there, and I wish I could have slowed it down and like been there for a couple days and really got to you know, build relationships with people. But I took my wife, so half of my attention was kind of making sure she was happy, because it totally wasn't her thing. She found a couple that she enjoyed hanging out with, and so yeah. Nice. Yeah, it's very supportive community, so it's wonderful. I just wish that all the channels that I watch were closer to me. You know, I met a lot of the South Florida drone people after I met Adrian Mateo, and then Adrian Mateo had me on his channel a couple times, and then Maddie. I met Maddie through Adrian, and then Captain Ray, and like all of a sudden, all of these people that started coming on my channel, that started inviting me on their live streams, were all from Florida, and I was like, why? What happened here? Like, where are the Tennesseans? Where are my countrymen? But no, it's good. And the only reason I say that is because it took us like 14 hours to drive there, and we only had the one day, and then 14 hours back. So crazy. All right. So Bob said, if I decide to have a drone meetup somewhere between us, he will help all he can. And it doesn't have to be a big drone meetup. I just want to start flying with other people. I want to do what we did in South Florida, but not drive 14 hours to do it. I want something around here. And if I have to be the person to do that, I mean, we have Minefield, but that's once a year. And I'd like to just, you know, maybe one Saturday every 2 months, just kind of all hang out. So, all right. So I'm going to show one of my videos. This is, where's it at? I don't know if this is going to work or not. Nice. Here we go. All right, so this is my new baby. This is my Insta360. No, it's not. This is my DJI Inspire 2. Yeah, yeah, they're around Tennessee. I need to hook up with Barkley actually. But this is my Insta360. Dang it! This is my DJI Inspire 2 that I just got, and it's being tracked by my Insta360 Flow, filmed on the iPhone 14 Pro Max. But I thought the Insta360 Flow did a great job tracking it. If you guys could see the green rectangle that's around the drone, it's like freaking out because the blades keep moving around. And then I think when I turned my drone, I kind of freaked it out a little bit because it starts drifting out of frame, and my Insta360 Flow lost it. There's not a lot of contrast with me flying in front of those trees. So then I tried to use the joystick on the Flow to kind of go find it. What's up, little shark, Bo Shark? Welcome to the chat. But you can see like the blue gaffer tape or like the painter's tape on the drone. So the people that originally had this had, I think it was a production drone that they filmed with. But I thought this was a really cool tracking shot. I tried to put it up in the sky so that you could see the drone really well, and the Insta360 Flow wouldn't have a hard time following around. I am thinking about going to spin up too. It just depends on financially where we are at the time. Minefield should be pretty easy because all I have to do is drive over there. So I think Minefield was like maybe 3 hours away from me, two hours maybe. But you thought I was going to wreck there, didn't you? No. But the other thing that I thought was pretty interesting is once it went up in the sky, I got that focus breathing, which I thought was kind of random. If it wouldn't have tried to focus, it would have been fine. But I think that's... And this is me trying to get a good landing, I think. There we go. So this is me coming down from the flight. I love the Inspire, but to me, like the Inspires compared to the tiny little fold-up drones are a little... and I wanted to show you guys this. It's a little crooked. The whole flight was a little crooked, I think. Even the gimbal was crooked. So I don't know if that had something to do with the wind. I thought when I brought it down to the parking lot that the landing gear was going to go down, but I got nervous that it didn't. So I brought it back up, and then I manually pulled the landing gear back down. So I wanted to show you guys kind of what this looks like. There's some differences between this and my Inspire 1, but the biggest difference, in my opinion, is, well, there's three differences. There's and then I was trying to track it, so I was like, I'm gonna do this again. But some of the differences, and I think I'm gonna do just the difference video, where I look at both of them, look at both their controllers, see what's new in the two. But the main difference that I saw where there's two batteries instead of one, there's an FPV camera on the front of it, so I can fly it without the camera, or I could have one person control the camera and one person control the drone. And then it's got obstacle avoidance sensors on it, which is kind of nice with a drone this big to have some sort of, obstacle avoidance on it. Inspire 1 didn't. And then it lost it when it got all confused. But so I wanted to share that. And then I wanted to share kind of the flight with you guys, a little bit of the flight. So this is the flight. You see how like the horizon's crooked right off the bat? I thought that had to do with the wind, because the wind's blowing. If you can look at that tree back there, you can see that the wind is blowing this way. And when I get up in the sky, you can tell that the horizon is crooked at some points, but not crooked in other points. So I think that might be the wind. See, like when I turn here, now we're crooked in the opposite direction. So I feel like that has to do with, I feel like that's wind. I really feel like that's wind, but this drone should be able to handle that wind. So I don't know exactly what's going on. This is decine-like, so it's going to be kind of a muted. This is not edited. This is straight out of the drone. Right now I'm trying to get a beauty shot of the drone. Let's see if we can fast forward a little bit. Okay, here we go. So that's me going right by that pole that you saw earlier. And what I like about flying at this campus is once you get over the football stadium has like these really tall lights. Those are the tallest. That's the tallest thing on this campus. But you know, in Tennessee, sometimes it's kind of hard to see exactly what the horizon is because there's mountains and stuff all around. But like right there, the horizon is pretty straight. So I don't know what's going on. Maybe I'm just losing my mind. But yeah, what's up, Draven? Welcome to the chat. Hope you're having a good night. So Draven says the drone should tilt, but the gimbal is supposed to hold the camera level. And that's what I thought. Like this is it's kind of a straight shot. But if you look like that, like that's very crooked. So maybe I need to calibrate the drone, calibrate the gimbal maybe. What do you think? This is like literally I haven't done anything to the drone. This is how I got the drone from the other guy. So I haven't gone in and updated firmware and all that kind of stuff. And I even left his he had some training wheels on it so that it wouldn't go very far away from him. I think it's set to like 100 meters away is as far as it'll go, which is like with visual line of sight, like the drone was still huge in the sky. Like my version of visual line of sight compared to his version of visual line of sight is a lot different. So Brett suggests to do a calibrating the gimbal and then do an IMU calibration. Will do. But I think overall the camera's okay. This is, I think it's the exact same camera that's on the DJI Inspire 4 Pro. I think it's the Inspire 4 camera. No, the Phantom 4 camera. And then I'll hide that. And then I want to show you guys the flight that I had. This was, how do I do this? I want to see if I can just share it on the stream. Let's try that. Oh, crap. Let's kill that. Share video. There we go. All right, so this is the very first flight with my Inspire 2. It was on a windy day. I like Charles. When troubleshooting, first start by calibrating everything. Got it. Yeah. Yeah, I have the same. I'm always like reboot it and then fix it. So so it's not the X3 or the X5. It's an X4S, I believe, which is the base camera on the Inspire 2. And then the X5, there's an X5S, and I'm not sure exactly what the S is for, because I had an X5 on my Inspire, and then there's an X5S for the Inspire 2, and I don't know what the difference is yet. And then there's the X7, which is awesome. But I have the X3 on my Inspire 1, and I have the X4S on my Inspire 2. So I'm going to do a comparison video of those two drones before I sell my Inspire 1. Is the plan, because I don't need an Inspire 1 and an Inspire 2. I'm literally just making a YouTube channel. So I've taken this YouTube channel a little too far. Oh, with the pocketbook. So what you're looking at is, man, that hasn't moved, has it? Not much. What you're looking at is, I recorded at 60 frames per second, 4K. And this is the larger 4K. It's like 4,000 something instead of the 3,000 something. And then, so I recorded at 60 frames per second, and then I slowed it down to 40%, which is 24 frames per second. We're going to get to the good stuff. And we can just watch this. It's fine. I'm going to get off camera and you guys watch this video while I go get some more water. I'm getting verklempt. Talk amongst yourselves. Here's the subject. Holy Roman Empire. It was neither Holy Roman nor an empire. Discuss. All right, I'm back. So I don't know how sorry. I don't know how good this is coming across on the live stream. It looks a bit choppy on here, but I don't know that it's going to be completely choppy for y'all. But one of the things I wanted to show you guys is I'm used to the smaller drones like taking off and going. I want to show you guys the takeoff. I'm used to them like going straight up, but because it was windy, like it started drifting. It started drifting straight back. All right, look at the parking lot and see how far it drifts backwards. It's like flying backwards as on the takeoff. And I put it in this parking spot, and I didn't, I thought it would just go straight up. I didn't, like there's a light pole right behind it. So all of a sudden I had to take over the sticks and make sure that I pushed it forward so that it would not hit the light pole that was behind it. But, so anyway, I wanted to show you that part. Let's get to where you guys were. So John said that these apartments look like some in Wilmington, North Carolina. Might be the same builder. It might. They've got a really cool courtyard. You see that hole in the middle? That's where their swimming pools are. And like there's a swimming pool in the courtyard right in the middle. So I think that's pretty neat. And there's even places to hang out on the roof, and very cool video. But you can see right there my horizon's crooked as well. So I got to figure that out. That's going to be on my testing. I got to find a level surface. There's not many level surfaces in Tennessee. So he might have calibrated it on a hill. But like right there, the horizon kind of levels out a little bit. This is a good indicator as to what the horizon is, because the mountains are so far in the distance that you can see a straight line. And then there's like the cars moving in slow motion right down there. But I was waiting for Best Buy to open so I could get my Insta360 Flow. But now the horizon's crooked in another way. So to me, it looks like the gimbal's crooked. Does that make sense to y'all? Like the gimbal doesn't know what the horizon should be. Yeah. So Marcel, I edited this video in the car when we were on the way to the wedding, and so I color graded it a little too harsh. I was trying to figure out, so the Cinelike D or the D Cinelike, I forget which order it is on the Inspire 2. It's usually I use a Blackmagic lookup table, and it made it pretty dark. It was also a really dark day. Like it was very cloudy, very like it's early in the morning, and I think it was close to a rainstorm. So everything was dark anyway. I tried to get the whites white and the greens green. So if you look at this shot right here, the parking lot's gray, the grass is green, the roofs are white, the dirt is brown. So I might just need to lighten up the midtones just so that you can see it a little bit better. And the sky looks great, in my opinion. But you guys also might be getting a different compression over the live stream as well too. So let's see. So someone says, has it been crashed or bent slightly? He said that it hasn't been crashed. And like if you saw the, like I can do some close-ups on it. It's in great shape. Like there's no scratches on it. There's no indication that it's been crashed. And even the hydraulic feet are in really good shape. The gimbal might have, there's a possibility that the gimbal might have been, hit or stepped on, or, I mean, I feel like everything's in really good shape, but yeah, I'll check into that. And then somebody else said something. Oh, I'm not going to hit gaps this week with the Inspire 2, but that's in, I might hit a really big gap, like a goalpost or something. But the drone itself won't fit through many gaps that I fly the Avata through. But look at the horizon right there. Like, it's whack. So I'm gonna go through and maybe do a video on trying to fix the horizon. I really haven't looked through the camera on the ground yet, and I do know that there's a sheet of paper that I didn't get that I might try to look up and print it out. But there's like a piece of paper that you calibrate the camera with, so I might try to find that as well. Yeah, it's a little off, but the problem is like right there, it's fine. So it's almost like it's like the horizon on the gimbal is crooked, like the when it rotates. And it could be like, putting it in the box, maybe I bent it a little bit or something like that. So Mark said, will it allow you to do that? It won't allow you to land with the legs up. But I'm pretty sure you can bring it down without giving it. You're supposed to bring it down close to the ground and then let it sense how far the ground is, and then like let it put the landing gear down. But when I was talking to who was I talking to? 401 AG or 400 AGL. He said that that he had to bring his Inspire down one time, and like he had to manually do the landing gear because he almost lost his gimbal. So if you do it correctly, you're supposed to come down and land slowly, and it will automatically like bring the landing gear down. But if you're in a hurry, you can miss it. So I like to put the landing gear down when it's way up in the sky, maybe 15 feet off the ground, and then bring it down, just because I don't completely trust that. But anyway, so we have all established that I have an axis problem. Let's see what John said. I bought the Mavic 2 Pro from someone we all know, had it checked out and would have cost me $736 to get right. I gave it back and got my money back. There you go. Wonder who we all know. And there's sexy redneck walking in slow motion right there, coming to get his drone. Hair sticking out of the side of his hat because it's so windy. So there it is, y'all. That was the video I wanted to show you guys. I lost my hard drive. Where'd it go? I was trying to think. So the last thing I want to talk about tonight with has to do with Project Flipped. So I wanted to go to the club, and if you guys aren't a part of the club, I'd love for y'all to join the club. I'm going to go ahead and put that in the chat. Chris? All right, so I just put a link in the chat. I'm going to go ahead and pin it. I didn't mean to redact that message. That's funny. So the pinned message at the top of the chat now is join the club, and there's a link. I'm going to share my screen. So what we have here is the club. And I've done a couple things. In the past, people have wondered where the current project is, the current contest. I've added this blue section right here, which is the current project. So if you click on here, it'll go straight to Project Flipped. And what Project Flipped is, I'll read the description. So the assignment for April to June is Project Flipped. Winner gets a t-shirt of his or her choice. Post your videos in this group. And so these are kind of the rules. Must be a club member. Must have something flipped or reversed in the video, upside down, mirrored, reversed. Just interpret the word flipped as best you can. Must be 3 to 3.5 minutes long. Must be fresh, so within this time period. And 1 submission per person. Add your music source to the description. That is for my live stream purposes. So I'm going to show your video on my live stream. And if it doesn't have epidemic sound, then I can't play the audio. So I might find some other audio to go on it or something like that. And then what we do is all the members of the club vote for the best video. So if you want to be a part of the voting, if you want to be a part of the contest, or if you just want to hang out with the drone community, join the club. All you need is an email address. We have a lot of cool videos on there. This is a video that John Carroll put up here with his DJI Mini 2. He had some fun editing the video. Pretty cool. So, and then if you win this contest, you'll get a free shirt from one of my shops. So I've got Shawnine Studios gear, I've got Drone Shop, and I've got AV Club gear. Nobody has ever bought anything from the AV Club, so I might just kill that store. And then I usually put a link in the club to be a guest on the live stream. So if you want to just come in and, talk about your channel, you can. But I like to keep that to club members. but tonight I had it up there for everybody to see. Marcel put up a video. And like right here, this is something different, copyright free music. Okay. So, I'm just going to show what he. So Marcel, did you do that with AI? Is that a drone flight that you have, and then you had AI interpret it with dragons in the sky and everything, or how did you make that? It was a cool video. This is a video from John Carroll. I don't know if I'm sharing my audio. Let me stop and make sure I'm sharing my audio. Yep, I am. Okay, good. So here's one from John. See, John's drone footage is crooked. No, but like these apartments right here look just like the apartments that I just flew over with the Inspired. It's a cool place to fly. Cool place to fly. So can you hear this, Marcel? Was it just your video? I'm reading the chat. I just don't want to interrupt. So there's no audio right now? So you guys couldn't hear that at all. I couldn't even hear myself think. It was so loud in the studio. Oh well. So when I go to share a screen, it says there's a checkbox down in the bottom. Oh, I feel stupid now. All right, let me try this again. So Steven Drone said, I can't flip my drone. So I was talking to Steve a little bit earlier on the club, and mentioning that you can fly backwards with his Steve, with your unique Typhoon H Plus. You can turn the you can pan the camera all the way to the back of the drone, and you can fly your drone straight, and that camera can be pointing backwards, and that's a perspective that you could do. So, and then Steve, what editing software do you have? Do you use Vegas? I can't remember what you said that you use. But usually in the area where you crop your video, like there's a way to rotate your video, or there's got to be some way to do it in Vegas, or what software you use. So I feel like you can do it. And these projects are meant to challenge you, pull us out of our comfort zone a little bit. I wanted to show these pictures from Alex that he posted in the club. This was with his 360 camera. I thought this one turned out really cool. He put like an HDR effect on it. I wonder if I can choose my. I thought this was a really, really beautiful picture. I think this is a really cool shot. All of these pictures are awesome. So if you want to go into the club and give Alex some love on his pictures, he really does a great job. I've talked so much about video on this channel that I forget to stop and take some pictures every once in a while. So I'm going to start doing some of that. But this is a beautiful picture right here. And I don't know if these are actual pictures that he took or if these are screenshots from his Insta360 Sphere. But that's really cool. That's a really cool spot to fly from. So I thought that was really cool. Steve, let's see, which one do I want to show from you? Covered bridge. All right, let's do this one. Okay, so I'm going to pause this video real quick. This music is a straight ripoff of American Tail. And somewhere out there. If y'all know what I'm talking about, put it in the comments. Dude, I love that bridge. Y'all. I want to fly in that window so bad. Oh my gosh, are you gonna fly through there and land? Oh my gosh. If y'all knew how big this drone was, this is pretty impressive right here. Nice. All right, so I wanted to play one more. This is Joe's. Got back from the horse after the crash, was faster and better. Let's watch this one. He crashes it here. If you guys want to go back and watch that. We're starting to run out of time, so I want to fly. I want to play this one from Joe. Joe, where's this music from? We're just gonna put it really low. I'm gonna talk over it, just in case. All right, set it to David. We're gonna turn it up. I trust y'all. Good flight. Are you like 3 feet from the ground? You look really low. Actually. I like the congas. All right, so this song, Must Be Somebody's Baby. Y'all remember that song? Only like, ooh, she's gonna be somebody's baby. All right. Oh, I thought you were going to bite it right there. nice video. So, Joe, flying through that, I noticed like there was like Spanish moss that was hanging off the trees that you almost clipped a couple times, like came out of nowhere. It was a pretty good flight. Did you use the motion controller, or was that with the sticks? Because you were like bobbing and weaving through a lot of that stuff. So the RC Motion 2, awesome. I'm gonna have my first flight with that this week. If it doesn't rain tomorrow, I'm gonna try to do it tomorrow. But I'll be doing it with my Mini 3 Pro, and then I'm gonna do it with my Avata because I've never flown with a motion controller before. I bought my DJI Avata after I bought my DJI FPV drone, so I already had the remote control. So all I bought was the drone by itself, and then I bought extra batteries later, like I don't know if it's the Fly More kit, or I didn't get a bag or anything. I just got two batteries with the charger. So yeah, I was gonna see. I'm gonna try to help Steve out. Put the camera backwards. Where did it say? Was it Filmora? Filmora. All right, let's look up Filmora. Only like no, she's gonna be somebody's baby. That's in my head now. All right, so Filmora is free. I'm gonna start playing with this. So I cut out audio denoise, reframe, silence detection. So this is a download. We're going to download it real quick and install it and see. It might restart my computer and the live stream will be over. So if this restarts my computer, hope you guys have a wonderful night. Let's see what's going on here. You can draw a mask. This looks pretty awesome, actually. I might learn this software this week and do a full tutorial on it. Is this what you use, Steve, or is this something different? Some good advice from Joe. Just remember, you barely need to use your wrist for movement. Yeah. Got it. Because you were like bobbing and weaving. Were you just like... I mean, it looks pretty cool. All right, so Steve said it's $39 a year, so I'm probably downloading the free version, and then there's in-app purchase. Get this out of the way. All right. So what we're doing is we're downloading Filmora, and I'm just going to turn it on and see if I can figure out how to do some flipping or reversing, cropping and editing for just to see what this does. Bob Casey uses Final Cut Pro. That's what I use too. I bought Final Cut Pro maybe 15 years ago, and it's still updating itself, and like it's still top of the line, even though I bought it 15 years ago, because it keeps updating itself. And I wish that's what we would do with drones, but everybody has to make money. But it'd be awesome if you could buy a drone 15 years ago and then like swap out parts on it, and it would still be the best drone. But we just have to make the drone that we spent $1,000 on last year obsolete, so we'll spend another $1,000 on the drone this year. Yeah, it says there's seven. It's been hung up on 7 seconds left to download. Oh, start now. Yay! Now we see pricing. Pricing. There's a free download on the website, and now it has pricing. All right, let's see. Oh, I didn't want to do that. All right. It's pretty cool. All right. All right. So now we're done with that. All right. So let's go with the scrubber here, and let's look at this video. So, Steve, if you want to, if this is the software you're using, something just fell. Basically, what you can do over here, you've got your transform. And if you want to flip it upside down, this is in degrees. So you can just say 180. And I just flipped your video. All right. And something that you can do is this little square right here. So we're going to make this 0. And I'm going to put a keyframe. And then I'm going to go all the way to the end and put another keyframe. And this is going to be 360. All right. Now watch this. All right. And if you don't want it to look weird, right here, oh, So right here, you could zoom in to 2 times. So go back here. That's at 100. And if I go here, I'm going to zoom it in here. And then so this is kind of what we got. So you've got all these tools over here. What I would what I would do is I would go in and just play with this one little, just see what this does over here. So it's pretty cool though. I'm gonna play with that. So free has watermarks. So that's totally understandable. So yeah, now I'm sharing my desktop. So let me hide that. So yeah, and Steve, you don't have to do the project if you don't want to, but if you're using Filmora and you have paid for it, this project would be a good opportunity for you to play around with something that you haven't played around with before. I do know that you love to do your swirly thing at the end and bring your name in and stuff like that. So this would just be another tool to add to your tool belt. Okay. So yeah, that's pretty interesting that Final Cut Pro is going to be free for all M1 chip computers. I have an M1 chip, but anyway, well, thank you all for coming and hanging out with me on this beautiful Tuesday night. Hope you guys have a wonderful week. Videos coming out soon about the Insta360 Flow, about the RC Motion 2, and the various drones that I have that can control. The Mini 3 Pro with the goggles, which I'm pretty excited about. And the DJI Inspire 2. And I think those 3 products are going to get me through the summer, unless the Air 3 comes out and I decide to jump on that. I was planning on getting the Mavic 3 Classic, but that depends on what the Air 3 can do. But I'm going to be mad if I spend money on the Air 3 and then they come out with the Air 3S that is way better, because that's what they did with the Air 2. But I hope you guys have a wonderful night, wonderful week. Please like, subscribe to my channel. Subscribe to everybody's channel if you want to. I think that would be awesome. I'm going to start building a list on the club of all the people that come and join my live stream. And that way people in the club can subscribe to other channels and help the drone community find each other. But yeah, I've already said it 3 times maybe. But I hope you guys have a wonderful week, and I'll catch y'all in the next video. I live stream every Tuesday night. Join the club so that we can all hang out and show each other our videos and photos, and I mean even other things like, yeah, we swap stickers on there. There's all kinds of stuff we do on the club, and yeah, I'll catch y'all in the next video. Peace out, y'all.